Hot work, including grinding and gas cutting, are critical work procedures that should be avoided in an operational retail outlet. Wherever possible, all the hot work undertaken by a contractor should be conducted outside the retail outlet. The job safety analysis is conducted by the permit issuer in coordination with the contractor or supervisor, and obtain a valid work permit from a competent authority before starting work. With this, welcome to the module on JSA of hot work, including grinding and gas cutting at retail outlet. In this module, we will understand the steps involved in hot work, including grinding and gas cutting at retail outlet, the hazards involved with each step and their control measures. The steps involved in hot work, including grinding and gas cutting at retail outlet, are manpower mobilization, work planning and resource lineup, demarcation of work area, positioning welder, positioning welding equipment, power connection for welding machine, positioning cutting torch and cylinders, positioning drilling machine or grinding machine, commence welding or cutting, disconnection of power supply cables to the machines, job supervision, site clearance after work completion, fire watch. Now let us look at the hazards involved with each step and their control measures. For manpower mobilization, an untrained worker with lack of skill or awareness and injury due to confusion at worksite and not using PPE is a potential hazard. The control measures for this hazard are: check qualification or experience, conduct toolbox talk, job responsibility to be clearly defined for each individual. Area should be cordoned off and only trained and authorized person to be allowed at site. Make PPEs available and ensure that all the relevant PPEs are used before commencement of work. In the case of work planning and resource lineup, has a potential hazard of injury due to lack of valid work permit for hot work. To avoid injury, here are some control measures. Ensure work permit before commencement of work. Ensure JSA and permit work only through authorized personnel. Ensure all the safety precautions written down in the work permit are being followed before issuing a work permit. Work permit for critical works to be issued by Iocl officers to dealer. Dealer in turn will issue the work permit to the contractor. When hot work or welding or grinding or gas cutting takes place, lack of barricade or demarcation of work area, entry of unauthorized persons at workplace may lead to potential safety hazard to facility and workers. The control measures for this hazard are: area to be marked properly and barricaded. The area shall be barricaded properly with caution tapes, safety cones and board of work under progress to be placed. Retail outlet operation like fueling and product unloading to be stopped. No entry board to be displayed at entry and exit to restrict vehicles coming inside the retail outlet. If the welder is inexperienced and fails to wear PPE, it can cause accidents. To prevent this, the control measures used are: welder experience must be checked and welding certificate must be verified. Also, use of PPE must be ensured. Welding equipment should be positioned correctly and have proper electric connections, as electrocution or source of potential fire due to sparking in exposed inner circuitry, sparking from unarmored wiring, wiring joints, loose wire connections, and improper earth lead are potential hazards. To prevent these hazards, wire connections should be checked for welding and earth lead. Temporary joints and construction materials should not be kept on the welding cable. When taking power connection for welding machine, flammable atmosphere ignition due to opening of flame-proof equipment, electrocution or sparking while making electric connections. Sparking from loose connections. The cables running along floor spaces cause dangers of toppling over and consequently overbalancing and falling. The control measures for these hazards are: Gas test conducted with explosimeter and no hydrocarbon handling operation in retail outlet, fueling and product unloading while the work is in progress. Ensure the caution boards are placed and no entry to retail outlet. Ensured that equipment power is switched off at the time of connection from panel and PPEs are used. Checked the tightness of the cable connection. Ensure the cable is properly laid. When positioning cutting torch and cylinders, flashing back due to non-availability of flashback arrestor in the cutting torch. Leakage from oxygen or LPG or acetylene hose. Flash fire due to leak or passing of valves in oxygen or LPG or acetylene cylinders. Vapor cloud formation due to liquid oxygen or LPG coming through nozzle. Other potential hazards. The control measures to be used are: ensure flashback arrestor is kept on the cutting torch. Ensure the hoses used are in good condition. Ensure no leakage from hoses or temporary taps on the hoses for arresting leakage on hoses. Any leakage for hydrocarbon or oxygen to be checked using explosimeter near valves. Ensure cylinders are kept in upright position and cylinder caps are in position to prevent damages to the cylinder neck from fall. In case of positioning drilling machine or grinding machine, flammable hydrocarbon vapor in atmosphere, ignition due to spark from grinding or drilling. Accident due to exposed grinding wheel and sparks and low quality drilling bits are potential hazards. The control measures that need to be taken are: gas test conducted with multi-gas detector for presence of hydrocarbon. Ensure guard for grinding wheel, good quality drilling bits to be used. At the time of commencement of hot work or during hot work like welding or cutting, accidents due to presence of hydrocarbon vapor from leakage in pipeline or gaskets and other sources are the potential hazards. To prevent these hazards, the control measures taken are: work to be stopped immediately, arrest leakage and area to be cordoned off, hydrocarbon presence to be continuously monitored using multi-gas detector. Work to be resumed after arresting leakage and confirmation with multi-gas detector. After completion of hot work process, the power supply cables need to be disconnected from the flame-proof equipments as it can cause hydrocarbon ignition hazard if left opened, or ignition or electrocution hazard during disconnection of the supply. Hence, as a control measure, before disconnection, the power supply to the welding machine or grinder or drill machine needs to be cut off from panel side. Ensure that the flame-proof equipment is closed by an electrician and the flame-proof property is restored. Ensure workmen use PPEs. Unsupervised job can lead to accidents. Hence, plan and place site supervisor with proper job experience. For site clearance after work completion, restriction of movement is a potential hazard. As a control measure, it must be ensured that site is cleared of all unwanted material or temporary structures or temporary electric connections or debris, etc. after completion of work. Accidents due to delayed ignition of inflammable materials may take place after everyone has left the site at once. A person available on fire watch for minimum 30 minutes is recommended. With this, we have come to an end of this module. Thank you for watching.